Hi everybody, I'm Marcus Bean, and of course this weekend is our Virtual Ludlow Food Festival at Redford Barns in Shropshire. Not our normal location, of course, of Ludlow Castle, because this year, of course, we haven't been able to run any of our normal festivals and our shows because of COVID. We are asking for your support throughout this weekend, and of course now going forward into December, allowing us to be able to make sure we can come back next year. We do need your support. We need to raise 40,000 by December to allow us to come back, and the reason we do that is because we are a not-for-profit organisation. That means basically that, of course, everybody gives their time, we all volunteer. One of the things we wanted to do, of course, because we can't run our normal festival, is showcase some of our incredible producers that come to the show, that support us with products, and of course share our online presence across social media. So my next guest I've been dealing with and chatting to and using her product for quite a long period of time since I started cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, big welcome to the fantastic Sue from Netherton Foundry.
Hi, Marcus.
Thank you so much for joining us, first of all. A bit of a weird one, because obviously normally we are in the festival and we are in the castle, aren't we? So
it's quiet, isn't it?
it is. It's calm. It's quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be the normal prep for you in terms of, you know, you would have been setting up when, on Thursday, Wednesday?
Yeah, we'd have been spend a week getting everything ready, packing it
Wow.
into boxes, getting up at stupid o'clock to load the van and drive up to Ludlow
Yeah.
and unload the van. So yeah, it has its upsides. No van loading.
Exactly. I was going to say, and you know, a lot of your products, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a minute, they're not sort of light products. And I've been and seen your stands before. You know, the stands are very visual. They've got a lot of products on, which you're going to talk about. You know, so it's quite a lot of labour of, you know, getting that set up and getting it ready and having it on display, isn't it?
And it's got more of a labour as the years have gone on, and we've added to the range.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
which is-
Every year,
every year there's something new.
extra. Oh, they've made that one. Now they've got that one. I know. Yeah, you're sort of. I suppose it's one of those things that you're starting to do and develop all the time.
Yeah.
But that's good, because it means that obviously you're listening to people, you're taking on board, you're changing and adapting. It is a shame, as we said, not to be doing Ludlow, of course, this year. We've said in that build-up what would be there. But why is Ludlow important to you as a producer?
Oh wow, well the very first Ludlow we did, nobody knew who we were.
Yeah.
Nobody had heard of us, so it was a fantastic opportunity to tell the world that actually people are making cookware.
Products, yeah.
And they're making it in Shropshire.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
which is a massive
huge,
thing. Yeah.
huge. And it's a food festival, and we're all about cooking.
Yeah.
You know, we're not just a manufacturer. We're interested in what people are going to do with this stuff
Yeah.
when they get it. Everything that Neil designs comes home to me and
Yeah.
gets used in our kitchen before
Tested.
anybody else gets their hands on it. So,
Amazing.
you know, so, and it's that collaboration with other local producers. You know,
And how did it start with you? Because, you know, obviously we've got, you know, and I know the range and I've followed you over the years, you know, you've got a great range of products. How did you get into deciding you were going to make a product and obviously do that in Shropshire and then the development of it before?
we were already in Shropshire,
Yeah.
making stuff for other people.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, and it was made overseas,
Yeah.
and it had somebody else's name on it.
Right.
And I was looking for some new cookware because
Yeah.
I had some that was coming to the end of its life,
Yeah.
and I couldn't find what I wanted.
No.
I've got a designer for a husband, so
Wow.
I just said,
It's a handy thing to have.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
okay, come on, you can do this.
Yeah.
Come on, we can do this.
Wow.
And he said, well, if you like it, maybe other people will like it.
And that's how it started.
And that's how it started, and it just grew from there.
and grew and grew.
And
What was the first sort of thing or first products you started with? What was it?
The very first thing we made was the cast iron slow cooker,
Wow.
and that is now a spun iron slow cooker.
Yeah.
But we've really moved away from the electrical side.
Yeah.
That was legacy from what we were doing
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
and it's now predominantly, you can see just from the examples we've got here,
Yeah.
it's predominantly actual cookware now.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the good thing we were chatting about earlier, and you know, and the technology and things that we have in different styles, and of course kitchens now are going a bit more induction, and of course all your cookware works on induction, which is incredible. But also as well, it's not just about induction and cooking in the kitchen, but you know, a lot of chefs I know that follow you, they cook on fire and they're cooking all over, you know, on a beach, and they'll have your pan and they're roasting. So it must be pretty exciting to see all that. You know, I know obviously it's been hard work and you networking and all that sort of stuff, but it's quite exciting to see it in lots of different areas as well.
It's fantastic to see people using it.
Yeah.
I mean, that really gives us a buzz.
Yeah.
When other people are using it. It's great in my kitchen.
Yeah.
But, you know, we see it, as you say, on a beach, at a food festival,
Yeah.
in a restaurant. being loaded onto a lorry to go to America or Canada or Germany or even to China. So we first said we didn't want to be making stuff that was being shipped halfway around the world, which is what we used to do. Except now we're shipping our stuff the other way, halfway around the world.
There's nothing wrong with that. And I think sometimes we find with Shropshire is we end up having some great products, but sometimes it doesn't always reach the further afield because we're busy, we don't always have the time. But actually, if it naturally does that and people want it, then why not shout about Shropshire? Which is, I think one of the things that the Ludlow and the Food Festival does really well is that connection. And I know you're exceptionally good at sort of the social media side of it and that interaction and that collaboration. And I always find, again, you'll probably tell me different, but you find that mix. And Ludlow seems to have that uniqueness, doesn't it, of collaborations and an element of where you can find someone, meet someone. And again, I presume it's food writers, it's chefs, it's everybody now.
I'll tell you a story about Ludlow Food Festival. We were packing up I think it was a Saturday evening, and we were just getting stuff ready, and a very determined figure came striding across the grounds to us. And it was Val Stones from the Great British Bake Off.
Yeah.
And you, the people I need to talk to. Oh God, what have we done?
What have we done? Yeah.
And she said, I want, and she then described exactly what she wanted in the way of a baking sheet.
Wow.
So she and Neil stood there with the back of one of our price lists and a pen and sketched it out.
Amazing.
And the Val Stones baking sheet was in production 2 weeks later.
That's incredible.
But
what a story,
talking of collaborations, as we were talking to Val, DJ Barbecue, the coolest dude on the planet, came strolling across and started chatting to Val because she'd done the Appalachian Trail to raise money for charity. He knows the Appalachian Trail, so I've got coolest dude on the planet and Val from Great British Bake Off standing on our stand talking about recipes. And it's just, you could not make it up.
I was going to say, there's moments like that makes the difference of things like Ludlow Food Festival, where you're there and all those people are there and they all come at once. And again, when you're closing down, all those moments just fit in, and again, then to go away and of course design something, create it and then produce it is what it's all about. Amazing story. Love that. In terms of the food festival and of course the local community, I mean, you're supplying a lot of Shropshire chefs now, but again nationally as well, there's a lot around it. Is there any sort of new products that you're going to be bringing out and changing, because as you said, you're always adapting and doing different stuff?
We're always adapting, we're always listening to what people want.
Yes.
And this is the very latest edition. We've been making that 14-inch pan for ages. It's the Prospector pan story. There's a story behind the name as well. But every size up to this had a lid.
Right, okay.
And this one didn't have a lid. And we didn't have time, and we just said, who on earth wants a dustbin lid?
I suppose
but in actual fact, we've managed to find the space in lockdown. Despite the mad panic buying. Get it? Despite all of that, we managed to find the space to commission a local tool maker. And now we can make the lid that fits that.
Amazing. And the great thing is, of course, that becomes a bit like an oven. We've got that lid on, you can slow cook stuff, you can steam it, and of course great obviously at home, but as we said, it could be used on the barbecue, on the fire.
It can be used anywhere.
Amazing. And
well, these
iconic ones. I see there's something under paper there which I'm sure you'll tell me about in a minute, but this is the bread tin?
Yeah. Bread making.
Bread or loaf or
everybody
everything.
Started making bread, didn't they?
They did.
You couldn't buy
during lockdown
flour
banana
for
bread.
Love no money.
I know,
Couldn't make those quick enough.
Wow.
They have flown out of the door.
Amazing.
Absolutely flown out of the door. This is a bit special.
Okay.
And this because
put that there.
Ludlow is September, it's autumn. We're thinking about the C word.
Okay, yes,
It's too early to mention it, but Christmas is coming.
It always is, it's always there, isn't it, on the presents? It's coming along.
You need to be making your Christmas pudding.
Oh, right, okay. Look, Oh, now that's a bit special. And I've just noticed this is a copper range. If you haven't seen this before as well, which is just lovely, isn't it? Because I mean, you know, we all love obviously the star and the black, but actually to have that little bit of copper on there as well.
That's not
and
a little bit of copper.
That
is a lot of copper.
This is essentially. Well, so you're calling this essentially
a pudding bowl.
Pudding bowl mould.
Yeah, and look, it's even got the notches for your string for when you steam your pudding.
That is amazing. And of course now you should be, coming up soon, well, almost sort of soonish, making Christmas puds.
Now we've said that this is proper copper. Yeah. It's not copper paint.
No.
It's not a thin skim. That is solid, spun from solid copper. And the linings are traditional tin.
Yeah.
This won't work on your induction.
Right, yeah, of course, yeah.
But that is tin lining.
Beautiful, isn't it?
The company who does the tinning for us, they're not Shropshire.
Yeah.
They're in the next door county. They're in Staffordshire.
But still, still
local. They've been doing this for 201 years.
Oh my goodness.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing, yeah,
they
exactly.
They really know. It's the same family.
Yeah.
And the next generation are currently learning the business.
Wow.
So it's something that Netherton can aspire to.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's one of those ones, again, you know, even if you have to sort of go to do something or get someone to outsource, you know, using someone in neighbouring counties is not a problem. That's what we do, you know, generally anyway, you know, whether you're getting a produce from here and you're using it. So this is a Christmas pudding. This will be available on the website now, is it? Or
it's available on the website now.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So
I like
if you're not buying it for your Christmas pudding, put it on your Christmas present list.
Exactly. Or even, to be fair, I mean, it's not a bad little whisking bowl, that is it? No. Just whip a little bit of cream up, nice on there, and some goodness in there. In terms of lockdown, we were talking about, obviously, you know, for some businesses it's been a bit harder, but actually you seem to have sort of thrived a bit online really during lockdown. I was chatting to you earlier and you said it's just gone crazy.
Pandemonium pandemic.
Yes, yeah.
All those people who were used to, you know, popping out for lunch, popping out for dinner.
They're not spending that sort of income.
They're not spending that sort of money. They're cooking from home. Yeah. They're realising that they want nice food.
Nice things,
and to make nice food, you need nice
products.
Pans.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, it's not just about supporting your local farm shop, which everybody should be doing.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, and I think it's a realisation of supporting local businesses, but also as well, it's, I think, like you say, people have gone maybe a bit more online, which is a good thing, but also as it allows, again, people like yourself who are based in Shropshire to sort of have that further reach field. And the great things about social media is it does have that sort of, you know, that sort of mirroring effect where one person buys it, they post, they're excited by it, they love the product, they then talk about it, you know. So it's that balance, and that's the biggest thing about not being able to run Ludlow this year, is it's a real shame that we can't then showcase all those producers, and that's why we wanted to make sure we could have these little producer chats, talk to people like yourself who are, you know, sort of being able to support us going forward, which is great. And fingers crossed, if we manage to raise the 40,000 we need, we'll be back next year.
Get your hands in your pockets, people.
Exactly.
You need to do this.
Raise some funds. Exactly. And I think also as well, you know, if we can balance that you can go and visit, of course, the Netherton Foundry website, you can go and purchase products, you can go and do these things and give support to our producers who would normally be at Ludlow Food Festival. And of course, we can give that back as well. But please go to Ludlow Food Festival website, click on donate. All you need to do is just give as much as you want or as little as you want, whatever you've got to help us and support us to get through into next year, so we can bring all our incredible producers, including the amazing Netherton Foundry and their fantastic stand that takes them ages to set up. But at the end of that day, they'll always have that one memory that we'll remember. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you, Sue, for coming and seeing us. Thank you for your amazing products. And we'll see you again next year at Ludlow Food Festival.
We will. We'll be there.
See you later.
Bye.
Cheers, bye. Cool, I think that's good. Let me just make sure it's all cut off.